Hello and welcome again to lesson 11. This lesson is too important because we will study something about verbs and we will start with the past tense. The past tense is very important, as you know, because you will be able to speak about what you have done before in the past, yesterday or last week, or what happened in your life before using the past tense. The past tense is very important. We have to focus on it. We have to learn it really well so that we can feel comfortable when we talk about our past. Let's start and see what we have here. The past tense in Arabic divides into two parts, regular and irregular. And the irregular divides into two things, irregular with alif, which comes in the middle, or irregular with alif maksura that comes in the end. We will explain each one in details, so don't worry if you don't understand now. Okay? So we have here the past tense that consists of regular and irregular. The irregular, we will study irregular with alif in the middle and irregular with alif maksura. Alif maksura is a letter that is similar to ya, but it doesn't have two dots below. As you see, there are no dots below ya or below alif maksura, but it's close to ya, but it doesn't have two dots. Okay? Let's start first with the regular in the past. As you know, we have the pronouns الضمائر, the pronouns أنا, I, أنت, you, أنتِ, you female, هو, he, هي, she, نحن, we, أنتم, you plural, هم, they. Now we will learn the endings. The endings for each pronoun in the past tense. Imagine if we have any verb, like any root verb, like the verb shariba, and you want to say, I drank. Sharib means to drink. If you want to say, I drank, you gotta put the ending of to the verb. So you're gonna say, sharib tu. So if the root verb is shariba, and you wanna say, I drank, you would say, ana sharib tu. For you male, you gotta say, anta sharibta. You female, anti sharibti. Okay, so you're going to put the endings here, to, ta, ti. For huwa, it doesn't take anything, just fatha. In some cases, we don't put it. So we just say huwa sharib or huwa shariba. Right? For hiya, now you gotta put ta, but with sukoon. So you're going to say hiya sharibat. Okay, so if the root verb is sharib, you're going to say hiya sharibat. نحن takes na, so نحن شربنا. أنتم takes tom in the end, which makes it شربتم. As you see, for أنتم ends with tom, which comes in the ending also for the verb. أنت ends with ta, that comes as the ending, and أنتِ also ends with t, that comes as the ending for that pronoun. So أنت, أنتِ, أنتم, they just follow the rhyme. So you say أنت شربت, أنتِ شربتِ, أنتم شربتم. Okay? They are easy for أنت, أنتِ, أنتم. For أنا, it takes two. So أنا شربت, أنت شربت. Let's see an example. Here, to drink. For أنا, again, you say شربت, أنت شربت, أنتِ شربتِ, هو شرب, هي شربت. You gotta put at. نحن شربنا. You add na in the end for نحن. نحن شربنا. أنتم شربتم. هم شربوا. For hum, you add waw and alif, but the alif is not sounded. We just put it to support waw. Okay, but we don't pronounce it really. We just pronounce the waw. We say hum sharibu. Right? Let's have another example and see. The verb to eat is akal. The root verb, by the way, in Arabic is for huwa. Huwa, like he has done something or he did something, that is the root verb. Okay? Huwa shariba is the simplest one. It doesn't have any endings, as you see. It just has like a vowel, which is not a letter. So it's the simplest. That's why we consider it as the root. Huwa is the root. Huwa shariba, huwa akala. This is the root. We take the simplest form or the root, which is akala, and put the endings to it to bring the other pronouns. So now if you want to memorize any verb, if you want to memorize the root verb especially, you gotta memorize the verb for he did, he drank, he ate. Okay? So he ate is huwa akala. Akala, ate. Now if you want to say I ate, you gotta put the endings for ana, which is tu. So akaltu. أنا أكلت. أنت أكلت. You put the ending for ta. أنت أكلت. أنتِ أكلتِ. Try to memorize these three first. Look, أنا, it takes two. أنت, you follow the rhyme. أنت تا, أنتِ تي. It's really easy. أنا أكلت. أنت أكلت. أنتِ أكلتِ. أكلت, أكلت, أكلتِ. Then for huwa and hiya, huwa is the simplest one, so you memorize it already. Huwa akala. For hiya, you add at to it. So you add just ta with sukun, which makes it akalat. Shariba, sharibat. Akala, akalat. Then for nahnu, it takes na. So it becomes akalna. Antum, it follows like the rhyme, like anta and anti, and antum as well. So it takes tom. So akaltum. Antum ends with tom. So the verb as well takes tom in the end and becomes akaltum. How about hum? Hum is kinda irregular. We just add waw and alif and say akalu. The alif is not sounded. Let's take another verb. Went, or to go, which is ذهب. ذهب or ذهب, that is the root verb. If you want to say I went, now we gotta put the endings as we agreed. أنا ذهبت. أنت ذهبت. أنتِ ذهبتِ. هو ذهب. هي ذهبت. نحن ذهبنا. أنتم ذهبتم. هم ذهبوا. Okay? أنا ذهبت. أنت ذهبت. أنتِ ذهبتِ. هو ذهب. هي ذهبت. نحن ذهبنا. أنتم ذهبتم. هم ذهبوا. ذهب takes إلى if you're gonna say to. So if you're gonna say I went to school, for example, you say أنا ذهبت إلى المدرسة. Look at this now. Now you can make a sentence. The pronoun أنا that we have memorized before, then the verb, which is the main thing in the sentence, ذهبت, then إلى, the prepositions that we learned. أنا ذهبت إلى. Then المدرسة that we learned as well before from the vocabulary or from places. We will learn places later on and we will study all the places that we have around us. So, ذهبت إلى المدرسة. I went to school. If you want to say I went to work, you would say ذهبت إلى العمل. You went home. ذهبت إلى البيت. Okay? That is for I went. I went to school, to work, or to the house. Now, if you want to say you went, أنت ذهبت. But you don't want to say you went. You want to make a question. You want to ask, did you go? So for did or for yes or no questions, when we have the question tools, we have the word هل. So we say هل ذهبت إلى العمل? Did you go to work? هل ذهبت إلى المدرسة? Did you go to school? So now by learning the question tools and by learning the verbs and just, collecting all of what we have learned together, you will be able to make a conversation. You will be able to use words and use conversations and use sentences. Okay? Let's take another verb, which is traveled, سافر. If you want to say I traveled, you say أنا سافرت. You traveled male, أنت سافرت. You traveled female, أنت سافرتِ. Again, the verb is سافر. سافر. So أنا سافرت. أنت سافرت. أنتِ سافرتِ. هو سافر. هي سافرت. نحن سافرنا. أنتم سافرتم. هم سافروا. Well done. Okay. سافر, سافرت, سافرنا, سافرتم, سافروا. Let's take the last one in the regular verbs here, which is the verb to come back. If you want to say I came back, you say أنا. The verb itself, the root verb is رجع. Okay, so if you want to say I came back, أنا رجعت. Now if you want to say you came back, أنت رجعت. You came back female, أنتِ رجعتِ. He came back, هو رجع. She came back, هي رجعت. رجع, رجعت. نحن رجعنا. أنتم رجعتم. هم رجعوا. Please try to memorize the endings really well and try to practice with these verbs and with other verbs as well that we will have later.